Third visit, yeah.
What keeps you coming back here?
People, weather, bikes.
So
It's quite simple, really. It's quite simple. Yeah, lovely people. Weather's always mint, better than bloody England this time. I mean, I love England. I'm England's #1 fan. Lincolnshire, especially that's where I'm from, Lincolnshire. Yeah, but sometimes this time of year it's bloody grim, the weather and work and weather and work. But just to get over here, lovely people, lovely weather, get to ride some motorbikes, great. And do a bit of mountain biking while I'm here. Mega.
Does it feel like something of a holiday for you? Because obviously you're a really busy man now, so is it kind of a...
Holiday, yeah.
What are your expectations as far as your racing expectations over here goes?
I want to do as well. I want to go on the plane on the way home knowing I couldn't have done any more. So, as long as, and every time I get on a bike, I always give it me all. I always try as hard as I can. Now, and if that's first, or if it's last, I want to get on that plane knowing that's as good as I could have, as good as I could have gone.
Now, obviously an exciting moment for you earlier in the day, hopping on the Britten.
Benchmark. The greatest thing I've ever done in motorbiking. Really.
So it obviously reached your expectations?
Yeah. We're just seeing the Britten. I have a couple of things in motorbiking that really stand out. And I sort of had a bit of a John Britten moment, even though it was nothing like John Britten. I built my own bike. I spent 5 years building it in a shed, and I went and raced it at Pikes Peak this year. You know, hill climb in America. I went and raced that there. And it's a real rare thing, not as rare as the Britten, but it had a turbo on it, fuel injected it, and we just made loads of stuff for it, and it was just a real rare moment. I went to Pikes Peak and won on it, and that was, as an achievement in motorbiking, that was the greatest thing. But as a moment in motorbiking, to ride the Britten, where can you go from that? Like, where can you go from that? And that, for me, that has always been, if anyone ever asked me, no matter what point in my motorbike racing career, whatever point they'd have asked me, what's the greatest motorbike? What's the greatest motorbike? What bike would you love to ride? It's always been the Britten, and I got to ride it this morning.
Excellent. So, obviously, you've had a very, very busy couple of years. What's been the highlight over those last few years? I mean, you've gone and broken a lot of records and done some fairly out there stuff. What to you springs to mind as one of the highlights?
Highlights the last few years?
I mean, by the sounds of things this morning,
there's a lot of stuff. The Britten's up there. But to be honest, the Pikes Peak. Just because I love motorbikes, but then it made me realise a lot of things going to Pikes Peak. I've been racing motorbikes now for 11 years, and I love them. I love motorbikes. But then sometimes you forget. Like now, because I've done television and film stuff, it brings a lot of attention, and sometimes I get annoyed with all the attention. I'm not ungrateful for the attention, but it annoys me a bit. Because I can't have 5 minutes to myself, and I sometimes forget why I love motorbikes. And to be honest, a lot of time this year I asked myself, I come away from the TT. Honestly, why am I doing this? I got to ask myself the question. I didn't enjoy it, and then it's not my job. It's my hobby, so if I'm not enjoying it, what's the point in doing it? And I said to myself, right, I didn't enjoy it.
So was that purely due to all the outside pressures, and you don't get a chance to focus on what you're doing?
No, the outside pressures in the team. The team I ride for is brilliant. They're brilliant. They know I will give it me all, so they don't say, right, you need to win this, you need to do that. They know I put enough pressure on myself. It's not that, it's just the attention, and you're not having, not having just space. I just want to go and ride my bike. When I get on my bike, yarn to the lads in the pits, I just want to go and ride. But wherever he stops, people just all wanting to talk. But I'm not ungrateful. That sounds ungrateful. But so then I came away from the TT thinking, oh shit, why am I doing this? And then 2 weeks later, I went to America, raced my motorbike that I've been 5 years building, and that made me realise it's more about the building of the bike than actually racing the bike. That's what it made me realise. I still love riding, and I want to do well, but it's more about the building. So I've had a bit of a eureka.
Okay, we know you love your brew, so can Kiwis make a good cup of tea?
No, your tea's shit, to be honest, mate. Your tea's shit. I've managed to get to a shop in Wanganui that sells English tea, mate. So yeah. I'm not being rude or anything. I'm not being rude, mate. But it might be good to you, and my tea might be crap to you. It's whatever you get used to, and my tea, there's a certain way I do it. And your tea's shit, to be honest. But not being rude. Lovely people, lovely place, lovely weather, shit tea. That's what I'll say.